Hey guys, welcome back to FX Action Trader YouTube channel. My name is Chuan, and in this video, as usual, I'm going to share with you the pairs that I think potential for us to look for and to trade with along the way. So let us begin with the first pair of this video, Euro Dollar. So by looking on the daily chart, we can clearly tell that this pair has been in a downtrend for a certain period. Alright, so and if we mark the low on the daily chart, which is here, the previous daily low, which is about 1.169 or 1.17, we can see that the market now still has some space to go along with. So let us go to H4. Alright, so this is the H4 chart of Euro Dollar, and the same thing we can see on the H4 chart is that market has been continuously doing lower lows and lower high. So these are the first requirement for a downtrend to be valid. So secondly, if we look on the recent market structure, what I mean is that the most recent market structure, which is here, alright, always remember to look the market or to read the market from the right towards the left. So from the recent market structure, we can see that, or we can tell that the market now is actually in a sideways condition. So meaning to say that after the low of 1.17739 has been made, market could not break lower, or market could not break out of its previous lower high and created a new high. So the market is now more likely in an uncertain condition or a sideways condition instead of a trending condition if we read the market based on this H4 structure. But do remember that if we're referring to our higher time frame, which is the daily chart, the market is now still in a sell bias trend. So in other words, on H4 chart, we should only look for a sell trend. So the next question is, where is the best location or the best level for us to look for the best entry? So the answer obviously is we are trying our best to sell as high as possible. And if we are looking on this sideways structure, we can clearly see that, or we can clearly tell that the high is actually at this level. Alright, which is the top of this entire sideways structure, and this is also the previous lower high level or the previous resistance level, aka support level in the previous market history. So we are looking for a sell signal when market pull back towards this level, and we are going to short the market with the final take profit at previous daily low at here. So that is about 140 pips movement from this zone. Alright, so that's all for the Euro Dollar. Let us move towards the Pound Dollar. Alright, so for the Pound Dollar on daily chart, alright, we can see that on daily chart, market has created a low. Alright, this is the low. And this is the new low, and this is the recent lower high level. So once we have marked the trend on daily, we can see that on H4, alright, so on H4, market was trying to break upwards but couldn't. Alright, so we can see again that market has now about to break the previous daily low or the previous H4 low. So in other words, if we see a clear break below this level, we are going to look for a short entry upon the pullback, alright, because we have to follow the daily trend, which is a sell trend, alright. If we are referring to this structure, this is still obviously a sell trend, alright. So let us have a look on the Aussie dollar. Alright, so on the Aussie dollar, I believe that this pair, the structure is more clean, more obvious compared to the Euro dollar and also the Pound dollar. So on daily chart, the first thing that we can see is that market has been ranging for quite some time. All right, market has been ranging for quite some time here. All right, so this is about half year of ranging. And finally, we have a breakdown of this entire ranging structure. And market did a nice pullback, forming a lower high and continued to form a new lower low. So if we have a look on the most recent market structure, we can see that this previous low has been broken. All right, let us move to H4. So this previous low has been broken and market has now formed a new low. So meaning to say that we can go for a short entry as long as this previous lower high is respected, and just trade along with the market, as the market has shown us a very nice downtrend structure. All right, so this is for the Aussie dollar. So let us have a look on the gold. So for gold, all right, this pair is quite tricky. So on H4, all right, so on H4, if we are to mark the nearest key level on H4, it could be here. All right, it could be somewhere around here, 1860 or 1860 to 1870. All right, these are the key level that we are looking for. So if we look on the recent market structure, we still can see that, or we can tell that the market is actually forming higher low and higher high. And this is actually the neckline after this breakout, and that is a possible buy entry that we can look for towards this level, 1862. All right, so for gold, we can monitor on a buy signal on the lower time frame. All right, so for the euro yen, all right, let us move to the yen pair and begin with euro yen. So euro yen, I believe in my past 2 weeks video, I have been mentioning that this pair is now in an obvious downtrend. All right, a very clear structure that market is currently downtrend. All right, we did not see market making new high, but we could see that market is making lower low and lower highs in the bigger time frame structure. So on H4, all right, so on H4 we can see that market has now break the previous low and forming a new low. So these are the key level that we are looking for, and we can again wait for a pullback, or we can again wait for market to break down in a clearer way or in a clearer structure, and upon market pullback we can just place our sell entry. So let us move to the Aussie yen. So based on what I see on the Aussie yen and the Aussie dollar, we can conclude that the Aussie dollar is currently weakening. All right, so this is a very good sign for all the pairs to do with the Aussie dollar. So on daily chart, all right, so on daily chart, we can see that market is trending in a very clear downtrend, the first thing. And the second thing, we can see market has formed a new low. So on H4, all right, so on H4, let us mark our key level. So this is a very nice key level where it could be a new resistance level. Previously, it was a support level, but it has been broken. All right, we can see that this level has been broken after one retest, broken with a strong bearish momentum. And now obviously market is doing its pullback towards this level. So we can place our sell entry at this level and just make sure that our risk to reward is always more than 1 to 1. So let us move to the pound Aussie. So on the pound Aussie, just now we have mentioned that the Aussie dollar is getting weakened, meaning that the Australian dollar is getting weakened. So for the pound Aussie, obviously in terms of fundamental, we are still on a bullish bias. So what about the technical? So excuse me. In terms of fundamental, we are bullish. So in terms of technical, we are still bullish, as what we can see on this H4 structure is that market keep on making new highs, all right, and new lower low, and market has formed a new or a very strong support level. Market did a pullback and rejected up with a nice bullish pin bar. So we can place a buy entry, look for a buy entry with the stop loss just right below the pin bar, and the risk to reward ratio of 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 is good enough. Alright, so that's all for this week analysis. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video and learned some trade ideas from my analysis. Alright, feel free to join my Telegram group and we shall see you again in my next video. Have a good day. Goodbye.